Hey guys, so today's video is going to be this orangey fall look. It is using mostly the Zodiac palette from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. I do hope you enjoy it. Fall is right around the corner. So let's just jump right into the video. So first things first is primer. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer because I got craters and I need to fill those in, make them smooth and everything. So I'm just going to concentrate that mostly like in the T-zone and like my nose and everything because that's where I'm the most oily. And then I'm going to distribute the rest around my face. But mostly again, just concentrating the T-zone. But whatever's left on my hand, I just spread it around. Next, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 125, which I now realize that it's actually not my shade. It's actually a little bit too pink for me, but I can make it work. So I'm just shaking that up, and then I'm actually dotting that around my face, and then I'm going to go in with my Real Technique sponge and blend that into my skin. My tried and true, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10. And I'm just going to apply a little bit where my dark circles are the darkest. And then I ended up using concealer on certain places. So like where I'm going to highlight. So on my nose, chin, Cupid's bow, and unfortunately, those little baby hairs. There we go. Look at you now. Gorgeous, huh? Oh, okay. So again, just putting the concealer in new places where I want my face to be highlighted. Now I'm just using my Badescu skincare water, and I'm just gonna spritz my face because I felt like my face was a little bit dry. And I'm gonna use a smaller portion of the Real Technique sponge. I don't know what it's called, but it's the purple one and it's tiny, so I'm going to use that to blend out the concealer. I'm using the same concealer as an eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to blend that in again with the smaller portion of a Real Technique sponge. And I'm just blending that in with the same sponge that I blended my concealer with. Now I'm going to go to the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in the 120, shade 120. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. What is it, girl? e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm just going to lightly set my under eyes. I'm not going to be baking, just lightly setting it. And then I'm setting my eyelids so that way there is no creasing. Basically anywhere I put the concealer, that's where I'm going to set it. Next, the star of the show. It's the Zodiac palette from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. Look at the gorgeous packaging. I love it so much. And these are the colors. So I'm first going to go in with the Taurus. Using my Morphe E27 brush, I just lightly tapped into the Taurus. And I'm just going to buff that right into my crease using windshield wiper motions and circular motions from inner to outer corner. So that way the crease is blended to fill. And then I just build the color up slowly to the opacity that I would like. I think it's opacity or opacity. Now I'm going to go with Makeupgeek Chickadee. So this is one of the eyeshadows that I want that is not from the Zodiac palette. But I'm going to take that on a Morphe M433 and I'm going to bring that a little bit lower in the crease. And again, I'm going to build it up slowly. I'm using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I love this palette so much. It's such a good, colorful palette for a good price point. So if you are looking for a colorful palette, I 100% would recommend this one. So I'm going into this orange shade right here. There are no names on the back, so I'm just going to be pointing. And I'm using that on my Morphe M433. And I'm going from outer corner to inner corner. And I'm bringing that a little bit lower than Chickadee. I'm doing the same thing, windshield wiper motions and circular motions to blend that in. Using that same color from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, I'm just using my fingers to just apply it onto my eyelids. As you can see, it applies best with your fingers, but I just do that so that way the other orange shade that we're going with has the base that it's going on. Using the Morphe M433 brush, I'm using that same color from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm just blending out the edges. Just using the Morphe E27, I'm just blending out the edges with no additional product. And then with the Morphe M433, I went back into the Taurus, and I'm just blending out the edges with that same color, especially because I want that color to be much more concentrated, like on the outer corner in the crease. So that way it goes from like the orangey to the brownish, but I don't want the brown to be too brown or too dark. So the Taurus has like a nice warmish round color. So I think it's a good fit. But I'm just applying that to my crease, building it up to the intensity I would like. Now I'm going to go with Makeupgeek's Peach Smoothie. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and run that basically under my brow bone, and basically to clean up any of the shadow that may or may not have been in the place I wanted it to be at. Now I'm going to go with the Aries. That's the color name, Aries. It's an orange color, has some goldish glitter in it, and I'm spritzing my brush, and I'm just going to apply that to my lids. The reason why I spritz the brush is so that way the color comes off as opaque and metallic. I'm going in with Taurus again, just to deepen out the outer corners, and then I'm slowly going to blend that into my crease. I'm going in with the Supernova shadow from the Zodiac collection. It's called Astrology. And I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I dabbed my finger in it, and I'm just applying it to my lids because they dry really quickly. So if you use the applicator and actually put a dot on your eyelids, it's not gonna blend out as easily, because where you put that dot, it's actually gonna stay there. It's not gonna move. So that's why I put it on the back of my hand, use my finger, dabbed a little bit, and then apply it to the center of my lids. Moving on to my lower lash line, I'm going to take the Taurus, and I'm going to take Makeupgeek Chickadee, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. I'm using a fluffy brush, the Morphe M433, because I wanted the lower lash line to be much more blown out, blended, rather than having it really precise. I'm going to go in with the shade the Leo. It's like a nice goldish color. I love it so much. I'm going to use a pencil brush, and I'm just going to apply that right on my inner tear duct. I thought the eye was missing something, so I'm taking the Maybelline Master Drama eyeliner in the shade Midnight Master, and I'm just applying that to my waterline. Going back into the Zodiac palette, I'm taking the shade Virgo, and on a definer brush, I'm just running it really close onto my lower lash line. Onto mascara, I'm using the Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. This one's the waterproof one. And I'm just going to apply a couple of coats on my top lashes and my lower lashes. The only bronzer I have, the Physicians Formula Magic Mosaic Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer Bronzer. So I'm just going to take this on a angle fluffy brush. I'm practically going to run that all over my face so it can bronzy, but mostly like in the cheek area, on the temples, the forehead, a little bit on the jawline, some on the nose, and then I ran some like over my nose as well. Time for blush. So I'm using the Tarte blush in the shade Parrrrrty, and I'm going to use my BH number 2 brush. It's like a little fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. For highlight, I'm going to go into the Zodiac Collection Colourpop and Kathleen Lights, and I'm going to use the shade On the Cusp. And I took a natural haired brush to apply this to my cheekbones, but the brush wasn't picking it up. So they do always recommend to use a synthetic brush. So I did use a synthetic brush. I used the BH Cosmetic number 3 brush, and I just applied that to my cheekbones. I ended up also using my fingers just to apply a little bit. It is a gorgeous highlight. It's like wet looking. You just have to know what application or technique applies the best. I also applied a little bit to my brow bone area just to highlight it a little bit, and then I ended up bringing it down onto the nose, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. I'm using a Luxe lipstick from the Zodiac collection, again from Colourpop and Kathleen Lights. This is the shade What's Your Sign, and I have to say it's so comfortable on the lips. I highly recommend their lipstick. The formula is great. I also have Scorpio Moon, and again the formula feels the same. It's so comfortable on the lips, it feels like you're not wearing anything. 100% would recommend. Now I'm using the Badescu water, and I'm just going to set my face. And that completes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed every little bit of it. If you guys made it to the end, please subscribe and hit that like button. And let me know what else you want to see. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!